It'll be simple, stupid. Probably not gonna happen. I spent a lot of time in the truck this week. 2 solid days behind the wheel, ferrying gravel from the local gravel vendor in town out to my house site 8 kilometers away. Morning to night, 2 days, over 9 tons of gravel that will be our base for the concrete road we'll pour next week. So we're almost at the end of this phase of our current outdoor projects. But as I drove, I had plenty of time to ponder, and of course I had plenty of time to take in the wonderful November passing just outside my windshield. I'm just loving this autumn weather we're having. The warmth, the sunshine. I'm appreciating Shimoda's own little Fuji, the quaint houses that invariably sit crowded beside the road. I'm taking in the ferns that grow onto the road, the tiny orchards that speckle the land, the bamboo forests that pop up here and there, the sunshine again. I'm enjoying all this, but I'm also pondering, what next? When you commit to a project, or when you're in the middle of it, and especially when you're at the end of it, the order of things to do is relatively clear, and gets clearer as you get towards the end of the project. What you have to do, when you have to do it, is a known entity. But when you cast your gaze forward and look at all the projects that you have lined up and wonder about the ones you can't even envision yet that you know are going to crop up, deciding what project to do next is a big task. I've got a list of projects, a long list of projects related to the house construction. And honestly, I don't know which to do first. I know some of the projects which should be before other projects, but I also don't know exactly what all the impacts of all the ancillary projects might be. Here's a list of the projects that I've got teed up for the next, say, 13 months. My plan today is to move into the house by Christmas 2026, which is 13 months away. To do that, I have to have all of these projects ticked off, started, and completed. Okay, we're here digging up our nicely settled driveway again. This was all part of the plan. It has to go this way. But we're here with the plumber today to put in the waste pipes that will be underneath the parking pad. And also we're going to dig for the electrical pipes that have to go underneath the parking pad.
ちょっとね、メーター数が足んなかったから、やっぱし用意してもらわないと。
なんていうものか。
これが、これ持ってってこれと同じのをくれって言えば。
OK、OK。じゃあそうします。ありがとう。Okay, we missed most of that. We were just busy doing it, so I forgot to film. And now we have the sewage waste pipe in, the water supply line in, and 2 white hoses for the electrical. And the electrician's coming tomorrow, so I'll have a discussion with him about this. Well, the potential electrician is coming tomorrow. So now I think we're just ready to backfill and get on with it. Hi, Michi. Michi. 飯か。もう早いね。So after all that measuring and long discussion, we remembered that originally we had built a slope into the mountain like this, so that all the rainwater, we were getting some heavy rain a few weeks back, or a month or so ago, and we built a slope towards the mountain. Now, as we think about pouring the concrete and making it level, to compensate for that slope, we have to raise that side up a lot. And if we did it with gravel and concrete, suddenly we're covering a half or 2/3 of these last rocks up here. And we can't do that. So, what I should have done in the first place is measure the height from this side instead of the other side. And spot the height here. And then we're going to have to shave down that other side to make it acceptably level. What that means, though, is as we shave down this other side, this area here suddenly gets steeper and steeper. This is a secondary parking spot, and then the upper parking spot. As we shave this area down here, suddenly there's going to be a slight jump up or ramp up to get onto the parking pad, and we really have to avoid that as much as possible. So there's a lot of discussion involved. Michio's a star with the grader, so he will be able to grade this all satisfactorily, but we still have to worry about sudden inclines in the road. So this is the one area we had to pay attention to with regard to hiding the pipe. I really don't want to see pipe sticking out, and all over Japan you see pipe sticking out. So we've had a 60-degree elbow put in here to take the slope of this pipe kind of hugging the depression that we've created. It's not perfect right now, but with a minimal amount of coverage, covering it with rocks, it'll be completely invisible. The goal today is shaving, leveling. So we've got to level it out, and that's going to mean taking off somewhere around 4 inches of dirt on this side only. Luckily, Michio's very good at that. He can make that happen quite easily. And we need more dirt on the inside or the mountainside of these rocks. Remember last week or two videos ago, perhaps, I was complaining about we have too much earth and nowhere to put it. Well, now we're actually running out of earth. So we need more to stuff behind the wall. And as we build up the wall, we still will need more. A few moisture problems. So we're doing forms just along the outside, which I call the ocean side versus the mountain side. The ocean side of the road, we're doing a run of forms down there. And we only need about 4 or 5 inches or so, 120 mil. And then we'll put a lot of stakes. Thankfully, it'll be much less engineered and involved than all the form work we've done until now. It'll be simple, stupid form work, and I'm really looking forward to it. Well, we have got a beautiful fall day here. It's a little bit crisp, but sun's out. It's going to be out all day. It's going to be just a beautiful day. I'm working alone today. Michio's off on another job, and really my task is to flatten, pack down all of this parking area and driveway all the way down to where the concrete's going. I'm going to be using the plate compactor for it, and I've got a little bit of gravel for some low spots like over there. But if I finish, I don't know how long it's going to take, several hours at least, but if I finish early, I may start hauling some gravel, because the next step after we flatten this base is to put 1.5 inches, 2 inches of gravel down. So here we are at the halfway point. We've got our string marking it. I'm going to have to take down this string right away to drive over this, but this is the part we're going to concrete out next week. The lower part, I mentioned in the last video that one of the reasons we're not concreting the lower part right now is because of manpower. That's true. Of course, if I really wanted to, I could probably find a few more people. But I think the more important reason is we haven't figured out how to use that bottom parking turnaround area. It's not big enough to turn around, and it's not big enough to park. So until I figure that out, and the elevation of the final whatever it's going to be, we shouldn't really touch this, because we can adjust this a lot depending on if we lower the height of that lower parking or raise the height of that lower parking. So anyway, look at this. That plate compactor, I tell you, I bought it probably 4 years ago. This guy. I think I paid $80, definitely less than $100 on auction, and this is worth its weight in gold. This summer I loaned it to a friend of mine. He used it for a couple months, I think, and he was so kind. He took it to a mechanic shop and gave it a good overhaul, which I had never done. And so it's just, if you're doing any kind of construction that requires flat earth, get yourself a plate compactor. Those things are gold. That's 120, that's perfect. That's 120, that's perfect. That's 140, that's a little bit low, a little bit too much concrete required there. That's 95, a little bit high. And that's 120, perfect. This is a problem we've been having today. That dust is called zero, which means it's like a zero diameter. Whereas this stuff, the other stuff here is called, I don't know, 20 or something. 0 to 20 is what we want. And they've been giving me a lot of 20 to 40 with very little zero. And so Michan has told me several times now, get them to fix it. And we're continuing to get a lot of just rock with very little dust. And it makes the raking and flattening a lot more difficult. Okay, we're getting ready for tomorrow. There. All right. Works perfectly. Beef jam. Good girl. Thank you. So we're using these anchor bolts. We're drilling a 14.5 mil hole. I had a 16.5 mil bit on for the first one, so it didn't work. 14.5 works perfectly. Pound it in, a couple taps, and it's never coming out. We will tie all of the wire mesh into these that go all around the curb here and also on the outside of the septic. In Japanese, this stuff is called erasu. I don't know what it's called in English. I suspect maybe packing or something. This is the stuff that goes between two areas of concrete. That's where the cracks are supposed to happen. Somebody in the crowd can help me understand how to describe this in English, because I don't know, but it's erasu, and I'm going to cut it to these, it's 10 centimeter widths, and then we will put them in place down on top of the gravel. So Michio's not with me today. He's working on another job this weekend. And he gave me a whole list of rules about laying down this wire mesh. About, you know, which side is up, about how to overlap them, about how to deal with angles, about which side, when to turn them upside down and when not to, about they're slippery when you walk on top of them, so you have to have stakes every so often to hold them in place, about tying them together with a specific wire. So many rules. And I told him, probably not going to happen. I'm just going to lay them down, secure them in place, and call it done. Well, while I continue breaking the rules and doing it my way, I think I will finish probably half of this today. We're going to wrap up the video for now. This is, the preparation is essentially done. I finished laying this wire down. I put a couple of blocks under various places to lift the wire up off the bed. We got some expansion joints to put in, and pretty much that's it. Then we pour. So thanks for hanging around, everybody. Come back next week for the pour itself, and soon enough we will have a road, and then on to bigger and better construction projects in the house. See ya.